one, I believe. Unless the bear can steal it. And it cannot.
Get a pretty good start here for Secret. Keen to see how this ends up. We are going to have, of course, that sniper mid up against Stormstormer's Ember. So Nisha versus Stormstormer. This is interesting. I mean, Sniper does feel like it can play here, but the Ember does have enough jump that it's not a threat. Once you've got the Sleight of Fist, you can still kind of poke and prod. And you do have your Flame Guard to protect from Shrapnel. You do have Nisha going for the level 1 headshot though, so the harassment is pretty damn annoying for Stormstormer every single time. When that little BB gun comes out, you just kind of get slowed down and can't even hit him.
First again, he's a sniper. Since the Dota All-Stars days, John, it just never gets any easier going up against this hero. And you see Stormstormer, he's really copying it. You've got the high ground ward as well, so you're going to have constant vision here from Nisha. And if you're Stormstormer, John, how do you actually play this lane now?
Feels like he's just going to have to try to go for the Sleight of Fist and just kind of clear out the creep wave when he can. The level 1 Flame Guard's just not doing too much for him. He could try for a value point in chains to allow himself to run down Nisha, but this is the issue, right? With the mid lane losing small camps, a little advantage down mid causes quite the big snowball effect. For Stormstormer, as long as he keeps parity in terms of EXP, you know, work throws at level 6, they're still pretty alright, but you kind of need to keep that CS up, although he's doing a pretty good job despite the harassment.
To be fair to the man as well, he had a very rough laning stage last game around and still made a great comeback on the Ember, so no doubts about that with this man. The side lanes as well. What do we have at the top lane, perhaps? Tied from Resolution once again with Zayats and the Techies. And that was a very strong lane in game number 1. I mean, they made it look very, very easy. And this time against the bear of Pure. In fact, on that Thor, because Nisha, he's going to have the damage. He gets lucky with the proc, and it's going to hurt the Stormstormer. Meanwhile, Zayats play around with Fishman a little bit, but already a great start once again for the side of Secret.
That's all you could ask for in the sniper mid. Slow down the Ember, get the kill. You've got take aim already, so you can just pop it on for all the headshots in the world. And for some reason, he tips Pure. So, you know, cross-tipping across the lanes you can see here. Try to get aggressive, just get plinked away and run.
We've all done that, Jonathan. I mean, you tip Pure accidentally because you're just upset. I think Stormstormer probably just mashed his keyboard there for a moment, or even the mouse. All done it. Puppy. An Acorn shot to fly up, but he's going to be just fine. There's nothing for the Acorn shot to bounce over to. Nisha now dropping rather low himself on this sniper. Stormstormer might be able to kind of harass him back out with the Sleight of Fists, and certainly is trying to, but Nisha does have the salve. Oh, here we go again. Stormstormer, can he run? Uphill miss is there. Maybe that actually saves the day for Stormstormer. And meanwhile, top lane, Fishman is going to drop on the Chen. Zayats, he will be chased down here by Pure, but they just can't keep up. In fact, Zayats gets the D-ward going. We'll keep running here from Pure. The bear, almost there. Just one more right click will do it. Zayats, can he make his way up? It does seem like he can, but here come the rotations. Fishman, he wants his revenge on this Chen, but the TP, it's taking way too long. Zayats, he's going to take the bounty as well. Surely they kill this techies off. Meanwhile, Nisha, he's going to find Stormstormer again, and Zayats, look at this man. He's still all right. He'll go for the deny attempt. Can they get it? Oh, no, they can't get it. Oh, Fishman. That's going to hurt.
He gets slammed by the creep as well. And the slowest from Sticky Bomb just allowing that juke out from Zayak. And again, our sniper just clinging away onto Stormstormer once more. Another kill under Nisha's belt. Solo kills for the sniper. 2-0. The recovery for Stormstormer is going to take some time. Again, we saw this in game 1. You mentioned it, Mike. But without that small camp, it just feels a lot longer than it should.
Oh, absolutely. Nisha really just showing us why Sniper is a very good pick. Look at this. Look at the damage. This just doesn't seem fair to me, Jonathan. Look at this. Stormstormer, he cops like 5 right clicks and he can't lane. What's this?
Right. 2 rate bans and a glove of haste. That's all you need.
Don't get any ideas. These are professionals. I don't want to see mid snipers in my games. No mid snipers.
Do it off lane as well.
Pure.
Just sniper.
In a bit of trouble. Rezo won't go for the dive, but just chipping away at Pure on that lone druid. Be very careful again. Just such an aggressive lane here on the top side of Secret. Because you're not going to be able to rely on that mid Ember to rotate either, considering how bad of a laning start he's had. In fact, Nisha, he might just take an early mid T1 tower at this rate. Pure
Dire's middle tower
wasn't a bit of danger,
attack.
but again, he is going to survive through it. But this lane, it's just not going to get any easier for him.
I mean, he's still finding farm despite all that harassment. He hasn't quite lost his bear, so still kind of building up. Just has to watch his hero.
Oh, I think he's gone here, John. Pure. He's going to try to run, but there's no chance. It's just way too much slow. Look at this once again, Nisha. Look at the skill here from the sniper, John. He's pressing so many buttons right now.
Reminds me of the Raid King of old. You press one button and you just run down and you have a good time. Stormer is like 2 levels behind here, Mike. This is not a good sign for him. Again, he can still find ways to make this work, but you're going to have to deal with a fairly farmed sniper with a lot of protection to scale.
On the brighter side, Nisha has bought 2 or 3 stars. You do have a bit of gold going back the way of that regen, but I don't think Nisha minds. In fact, Stormer, leave the man alone. Leave him alone. Nisha, he's not going to be able to finish the job this time. In fact, Kataomi is going to be there, but he cannot stick around either. Not against Nisha on this sniper. They've got to back their way out. Still playing around here with the sniper as Fishman. Also going to show up on the Chen, looking for maybe the Penitence and the Arc Lightning, but not going to be able to find it. Nisha's still playing around. Here comes the Tate Lightning, but now they've got the Assassinate Fishman. He's going to survive through it. But this sniper is terrorizing the side of Entity right now as Zayak, not again. He does it again.
Regeneration.
He just dodges out. At the very least, they do take the regen away from Nisha, so Nisha's not going to be really resetting, but he just buys another salve anyway. Who cares? Just stay in that lane, keep forcing all this movement out. 3 heroes rotating mid, or 3 heroes rotating mid for a sniper, and they don't find him. It's like, that's so much space for the side lanes.
Oh, it's really detrimental here for Entity, that's for sure. How are those side lanes? Can we even have a look at the side lanes right now? This mid lane's been so action-packed. Viewers still struggling, only 2.2k net worth right now on the Lone Druid. Again, a very difficult lane, even for the Lone Druid and the Spirit Bear to play with. Rezo, just with Zayats being so effective, making Pure feel very uncomfortable in this top lane. And how's the bot lane been going? What's been happening there? Chrysalis, having a great old time.
There's nothing to really stop him. Bristle back at 5 now.
Storm, a nice dodge on the stun. Obviously still not level 6 yet, so doesn't have the remnants to get out, but he can't even get close. It just doesn't seem fair, John.
I always have a bit of a giggle when you just see that one headshot come out. It's just so funny. Look, they're dead. It's just... It's sad. You do not want to be in the receiving end.
You're a real sicko, John.
I love playing Sniper.
Oh, Zayats. He's been all over the place, but he cannot secure the kill. Nice juke out with the Slider Fist once again to block off most of that damage. Rather juke out most of that damage, and Stormer, at least he'll have brown boots up now. Jonathan, he can run back to the fountain a little bit faster. Fishman, you might have to do the same very soon. In fact, never mind. You'll get a free TP here from the side of Secret. Bye-bye, Fishman.
This feels like a pub game. It just feels like when you have 6 heroes mid, it just goes ham, you know?
You don't have to tell me, John. You don't have to tell me. I play in the SCA server. I know. Trust me. Top lane, Pure. Just can't deal with Rezo. Like, even with the Spirit Bear up, Rezo's just happy to man up against it, and Pure just forced to respawn.
Yeah, I mean, this is still a really good time. Like, Resolution's holding a solo lane, has the ring of help, can just kind of farm and annoy the bear. Like, the Anchor Smash still kind of slows down that farming pace for Pure. And they already have forward wards here from Secret anyway. They know when someone's going to go into that jungle, they're going to be able to contest. And it's just still free space for Chrysalis. Every single thing on the map's just lining up for Secret. Now remember, Game 1 kind of went the same story. So it's on Secret to kind of show us that they can fix that later part of the game, because Entity, they can hold well, they can find farm.
Yeah.
And if they do manage to build up, that's still a Lone Druid. You've got some different itemization you can try to gun for on the Chen down the line. The Ags is a very interesting prospect, although whether or not you can farm it is a different question.
Yeah.
And you know, they've got that prowess towards the late game. Even the sources of break on Kataomi, right? Like with the Ags and the decoy giving you another sharpshooter, it could be big.
Speaking of Kataomi, here he is. Rezo, but realizing he still cannot help deal with the tide prior to that level 6 mark. Need that sharpshooter for the break. Now just trying to protect Storm and allow that catch-up mechanic, but Rezo, they've got the vision on the high ground, so they know exactly what Storm is up to, and we are going to have a casual pause to come out. Brain together.
Sniper. I mean, it doesn't quite feel playable just yet. Once he does have the remnants, it's going to be harder to pin him down, but he's not even being given that EXP. They're just running in that jungle.
Certainly so. Very, very nice kind of aggression here from Secret, realizing how far they can push these heroes in Rezo. He's just got no fear in the world. Again, you don't have Sharpshooter, you don't have the break, Zayat's incoming, so is Puppey. They will make sure Resolution remains protected. Stormstormer, he will be starved in his own jungle.
He's getting some of that EXP, but my god, that's just so much space.
Look at that, John. Look at the difference.
Massive.
Yeah.
And just, I don't know, like, this Ember is the one that's supposed to take care of the sniper, but it's just so far behind. They might find some punishment.
Could be the first kill of the game here for Entity if they are able to secure the support Sven. Problem is, John, in the meantime, you have lost the mid-tier 1 tower, so Puppey will be more than happy to die for their trouble. You got the mid-tier 1 out of that. No defense to come out for Entity, and just a great trade overall for Secret. And that makes life a lot harder for the Ember now, because you are trying to rely on the jungle to farm up and catch up on this Ember Spirit. Without the mid-tier 1 tower, suddenly Secret, they can infiltrate to the jungle. Sure, you still have your dire triangle, but it's not the greatest place to farm for an Ember.
Definitely not. And you're going to have to share that form with your lone druid down the line if he does want to use the jungle as well. And the wards here from Secret have been on point, kind of spotting the forward jungle there. And the concern is, you see this confidence on Nisha. He's going for a Midas on the sniper here, along with Master Madness. They find it fair.
Penalty going on here, Pure, able to get him out though. Savage draw to push them back. Secret still having a look around to see if they could find Pure Spirit there. Naomi though is around, maybe just baiting his Puppey. Tumbler's toy, but the respawn was there in time, so no bonus gold for the side of Secret as Puppey does get baited in by Pure. Very nice bait coming out from Entity now, finding their second kill of the game.
Get the punishment for the overcommittal out from Secret. No, not quite enough mana out from Resolution to press them with Ravage and kind of group her up around that, so Entity do manage to hold on. They need as many of these towers as possible, right? The top, maybe with the mid-darn, it's a little bit harder to hold that jungle. It's still some room you need. One thing they haven't really addressed, they've kind of been playing on mid and on top. They haven't addressed Crystallis at all. He's got the Vanguard up. He's rushing the Ags on that Bristleback. It's going to be very scary once you have that durable front line. You're going to have to be on point here in Calamity to get that break.
A lot of gold swinging that Radiant Triangle as well, Jonathan. And look at that. There's the Bristle. Crystallis. He smells it. Something's cooking in this triangle, and he's found himself a lot of gold here. Now, this is the dream for any Bristleback player. Sit there, you press your W button, have your back to the Ancients, no problem. Crystallis, he'll get it done by himself.
And he's got the space. Look, no one from Entity can invade. They haven't been able to go out for a Warden run on the forward part of this map. And it's just going to get bigger and bigger. That Bristleback's just going to be massive. The Midas is up on Nisha, going for the Mask of Madness. His attack speed is going to be through the roof. Once the Dragonlance is up, you will really rely on Storm to just get something done. And it's still a ways off from his items.
1.4k off neutral so far. I think that 1.468. A lot of gold. Love to see it here for Secret. 4k advantage now their way. Did kind of point out as well, Entity game 1, they did manage to make a nice comeback happen after the mid-game. Very good decision making being made by Entity to push the game back their way. They definitely have the same opportunity. It just feels like you need one to two good team fights here for the side of Entity, and suddenly the game will be kind of flipped on top of its head. But for now, it just doesn't seem like they'll have any kind of opening to try and make that good team fight happen.
It's tough. They're stalling, they're avoiding these confrontations, they're playing in what parts of the map they still have control of. And, you know, they've managed to keep the net worth lead down to just 4k. It's not expanding, so it's not like Secret's getting much more than Entity. They're keeping parity, although.
Bot lane, they'll find the message. Nice easy kickoff here, Zayats and Rezo able to set up, and they'll even find the familiars. Stormstormer, he tries to help out, but there's not much he can do, and look who he's run into. Nisha, leave the man alone. You've already terrorized him during the laning stage. Stormstormer, he'll keep trying to run, but Nisha's not backing off. Puppey's there to back him up as well. Nice bushwhack though, Kataomi. Now return it back the way of Puppey, and maybe they can find a decent trade for themselves, but the uphill misses there. Puppey, does he actually get his way out? Not quite. Fishman actually picking up all kills for the side of Entity so far, now on a killing spree.
I mean, these kills are important to find. It's just unfortunate that it's the Chen finding them. Still, that should lead to a nice mech timing, you know, a little bit more sustained up front. So there's some value coming out there. And you do save Stormstormer. So your Ember is still farming up, working onto the Maelstrom as we saw him kind of work towards in game 1 as well. And that can provide a little bit more damage. I think you're looking for the BK. You're going to want the BKBs up on a couple of these cores, or at the very least the Ember, so you can take care of the back line. And once you do have that spell immunity, you're not going to have anything at all to deal with that.
Stormer, juke out on the stun once again. Puppey obviously going to have a lot of problems landing a stun here on Stormer as the high five's up. Stormer, even with a terrible landing stage, does feel very confident. And then you see the Remnant anyway. Nobody around to try and hunt Stormer down. He does go towards the Remnant. Not quite yet, at least. And, well, there you go. He's just fine.
Playing tag, and with that kind of movement, it does tell you where everyone's playing or not playing. They don't collapse on the Ember. They know that they've got some room elsewhere with a -1 on the map for a Secret to kind of gank up with. And they're doing a good job of just giving Pure some space to breed, giving Toby some room to farm up into the Vlads and maybe into that Wraith pack, and just kind of play that slower game. Again, it's only a 4K lead. It's a big lead at 15 minutes in, but it's not growing. So Entity is keeping up.
You do have the Deso on the Spirit Bear as well, so you've certainly got some damage to be pumped out here from the Spirit Bear. They do actually smoke up. Stormer and Fishman, along with all the creeps. Way over, but smoke already broken on one of those creeps for the Chen. I don't believe it was actually spotted, though, by the side of Secret. Vision. Quite in time, I don't think, though. I say that, Resolution is making his way over. It's a bit of a pincer move coming out from Secret. Spirit Bear will be targeted, and Puppey trying to bait them in. This could be a massive bait from Puppey. Bushwhack's not going to land. Kataomi, he's still going. Stormer, he'll move in as well. Where's the backup? Rezo, he's decided to go into the Chen instead. So they'll let the Sven die. They'll try to at least find a bit of a support trade here. Rezo, he'll keep going, but he's going to be forced to pop that Ravage if he wants to kill, and he will not. Great loss by the Chen creeps. Fishman, he will survive this time around.
They're just kind of poking and prodding on Entity, finding what they can, backing off, not allowing Secret to play around with their durability with a massive team fight from Ravage. And that stall game is kind of panning out. Sure, they lose a bear. Pure has to resummon to kind of get that kill on Puppey, but the movement of Secret isn't quite panning out. Although
Stormer, silence is there. They've got the Ravage to play with if they do wish. The Storm is going to hit in Resolution. He will pop the Ravage in the end. That's the nice thing. You get that silence off with Zayats. You do have the follow-up Storm Hammer. Because Resolution not going to hesitate to pop the Ravage for a mid-Ember light.
That is going to be a pretty long cooldown for Secret to kind of play tempo around. And that still provides relief for Entity. They know that Resolution's not going to be running around looking for a big setup for his kill opportunity. That's more space for Pure to just keep farming, for Toby to, again, try to work onto that Wraith pack and just keep that stall game. So it's still working in what Entity wants to do, because this was kind of the point where we saw Secret slow down. You know, they didn't pierce tier 2s that early on. They didn't really manage to start or constantly invade that jungle in Resolution.
Red Zone maybe getting a little bit too overly confident here. Does get broken up and rooted up by Pure Spirit Bear. He's still a very tanky boy, but not quite tanky enough. That's the massive kill for Stormer. If you're Secret, those are the kind of kills you need to be worried about giving away back to the side of Entity. With quite a bit of gold on this tide, too overly confident in his ability to be able to tank through.
Radiant's middle tower is under
attack.
Behind him, Puppey, run towards the north, back into that dire triangle, find his way out of this. He does have a TP available, but he is very worried about getting scattered out by the familiars of Toby. He is going to be just fine. He, from the low ground, and will not be able to find him. Back into the mid lane they go. Stormer, chilling. There's a blast off into the stun. Stormhammer out as well. Mine's out as well, but it's not going to be quite enough. Stormer barely survives through it. My goodness.
Yeah, that was tight. The Hand of God definitely giving him that buffer to just kind of live through that one. And it's a valiant attempt though. That's just two supports making a jump in. No cores were really there for that.
Go again. Stun out. This time they'll find Fishman on the Chen. Puppey may have sacrificed himself for this though, and Fishman, he's not down yet, but here comes Crystalus. They've got the Axe up on the Bristleback. Very scary timing now for Entity to try and deal with. They will chase down Stormer in the mid lane.
Dire's top tower is under
For a bit of a run. Remnant's back up in one. In fact, he already had one out anyway. He's perfectly fine. No stress for him. Secret, it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade anyway on the supports. Not too big of a deal for either team.
the one thing that Entity is losing out on is it's Secret that's taking the initiative. They're the ones going into the enemy jungle. They're the ones cutting off map space. Entity aren't able to really use that bot jungle all too much. Toby is there though, but that's giving them the room they need to just clear out road. But that acts up on Crystallis with the minus armor coming through the res as well. This really doesn't take too long.
Nasal good, plus the sniper. It's going to be a very, very fast process here for Secret. Stormer will hang around the Radiant jungle. Puppy seems to know he's around here somewhere. Will eventually spot him out, but no. Barely misses out for now, so Stormer going to be just fine. That Secret, they have smoked up as 3, moving towards the north into that dire jungle. Naomi might be the one to be spotted, but he will try to scurry away out of this. Stop is there though, lock him down and take him out. Secret, with the Aegis up, they might just keep going. Spirit Bear is going to survive through the damage of the Crystallis, but they might start chipping away at that mid-tier 2 tower. In fact, they want us to try and set up onto Toby here in that Visage, but he's going to back off at that right moment. And instead, they'll leave Nisha to try and deal with that mid-tier 2, and he'll have no problems whatsoever.
Just poking away. Look at that range. Very beautiful coming out from the sniper. Very balanced hero. And they just clear out the front lines doing their job. They are trying to push as well down bot for Entity. Poppy is there to keep eye. And he does have his shard. So he's a lot tankier when he does get that war cry going at the very least, and shouldn't just melt the output of the Visage or anyone really trying to right-click him down.
No Secret. Another pincer maneuver here against Entity. Trap them in this Radiant jungle, but Pure gonna back his way out. Double TP's out of back. Spirit Bear, they're not gonna make it. They'll have to leave the bear behind. Savage Roar is there, but it won't matter. Plus 300 for Zayats.
Yeah, you're happy enough. It's not a hero, but you force the summon out once more from Pure, so there's a window here. If you see that bear, take it out. You're just dealing with a creep with 2 iron branches. Not very impressive on that main hero, as tends to be. And they defend their tier 2. Like, just a movement like that. The ward did give information for Entity to back off, but the objective stands. I mean, Secret's map is still really, really big. Tier 1 still holding top and mid, and the tier 2 holding down bot, so the bot jungle still open for them to contest. Entity's starting to lag behind now. Right? We were mentioning a while ago they kept it in even 4K for a long time. Now it's 8K. It's doubling up for Secret.
It does feel like they are still in a position where they just need one good team fight, but that team fight just has not come. What do you think Entity really need to do to try and make that opening happen? Like, is there a certain item timing you think would make the changes they need here?
Stormer's BKB. It's around the same timing in Game 1 as well, where he got the BKB and he got multiple BKBs on the course with Pure and Fudge. And they just ran into that stun. The same thing holds, except it's only really tanky benefits from BKBs.
Not a very fun position for him, he's just gone. So much damage from this Bristleback. Into the top tier 2 tower they go. Still holding on to that Aegis here for Nisha. And Secret, they know how strong they are right now. They might just go high ground into the tier 3 tower. You have Nisha on the sniper, he can just hit from a mile away. Nothing to stop him. And you have the tank of Crystallis. He'll just tank all the tier 3 tower hits. Entity forced to try and defend somehow. Fishman will try to back his way up, and just so much damage. You can't get close.
You really can't. And the hold of Entity here, it's not the most amazing thing in the world. The Grave Clear is in place there.
Ravage is out. They found Toby on the Visage. Can they take him out though? A great pushback to save the day for now, but Crystallis. He'll pop the BKB. Right back on Toby. They'll take another. Onto the tier 3 tower once again. That'll drop. Pure trying to force them back with the Savage Roar, but it's not going to be enough. Pure will lose another Spirit Bear. Respawning up immediately, but how do you stop Secret? They are not backing off. Not quite yet. Don't have the break from this Hoodwink either right now. A bit awkward trying to do with Christmas or Resolution is Pure. Oh, he's going to lose another pair now. It just becomes impossible at this point to try and defend. At least this top lane of Barracks, but John, they don't have a mid-tier 2 tower either. They could just go right down to the mid lane and find another.
Just go for... Heck, they can go for...
Last off, perfect timing. Stormer. He's gone. Secret will dive right in. Why not? Buffet available in the Dire Fountain. Then they go into the mid lane. Tier 3 tower just not going to last at this rate.
Again, just a high ground defensive Entity. There's not much to play with. You don't have massive team fight spells. You're really relying on the good Savage Roar or a good Bushwhack, a arm shot combo with a 3.
Dire's
You're all
middle
about just
tower is under
amazing
attack.
stuff if you're heavy icons, if you're on the boat, you get using the axe up to have the dance around.
Dire's courier is gone down in flames.
You're still relying on the sniper, but this one gets really do it on you both two tanky forces just unstoppable.
So he is from so he is. Flash drawn out right towards south out of the map. They know exactly where to enter the flat line now. It's the only position they can find line. Secret, do they go down bot? Do they hang around mid? They know Stormstormers around there somewhere. Maybe hoping someone goes to the low ground to secure another pickup. And there you go, the blast off again. Perfect timing. No BKB available to save the day, and now they'll go right up to Kataomi. That should be another. If that's Toby, he'll try to run his way up, but there's no running. Just too much damage. Secret, they might just start on the T4 towers now.
Yeah, I mean, this is just disgusting. You've got the Desolator on Nisha, you've got the minus armor from Goo, minus armor from Gush. They just died. There's just no way you stop this. And again, onto the high ground. There's just no defense. Don't buy back in the Visage. They'll try though.
Animal moving come out here against the Spirit Bear Pure. Lose another one. Stormer, he jumped in. They call the GG. They've seen enough. They know the end is gone. No survival for the side of Entity as they will drop game number 2 in Secret. Managed to force the tie. He 1-1 in this best of 2 series. But what a series it was.